What is up, guys? This is Jay, and today we're going to be looking at something really cool. 5 months ago, I left this comment on this Mango video, right? It says Mango talks Armada, the GOAT, and Melee's meta, which basically they were talking about, where the meta of the game is going. And I said 5 months ago, one of these days, AMSA is going to take a major, then we can definitely say the meta has in fact changed. And Dilbert here replied, aged well. Well, I have just one thing to say to you, Dilbert.
Goddamn right.
So I have had a lot going on in life recently, and I actually missed Big House 10. But getting the news that AMSA won is such a game changer. So for those of you who've been following Melee forever, this makes pretty big history. So a Yoshi main won not only a major, but a super major. Now let's talk about the bracket that he had to go through to get there. Okay, AMSA had to overcome Leffen, H-Box, and to cement it all, he ends up taking it by beating Mango twice, faces him in the winner's bracket, knocks him down into loser's bracket, Mango climbs back out, faces him again in grand finals, defeats him convincingly to take the entire tournament. Now, not only is this the first time that someone has used Yoshi, to win a super major, arguably the biggest Melee tournament of all time, by the way. There were over 900 competitors at this tournament. Melee, it's a 21-year-old game, but it just continues to grow and get bigger and bigger. And the meta just gets better and better. This is arguably one of the hardest eras, too. So I don't want to hear anyone saying, oh, AMSA won in a weak era. No, this is one of the strongest eras of Melee that there's ever been. The meta keeps getting better and better, and you can, believe it or not, but when you see the competition that's out there, in the form of Zane, Axe is getting really good. Mango's out of retirement now. It's crazy. But this is also history making in the fact that this is the first time a Japanese-born player, and yes, AMSA lives in Canada now, but Japanese-born player has won a United States major since Captain Jack won MLG in 2004. So pretty amazing stuff. Let's look at his win here. All right, so this is it. This looks like this is the last game of Grand Finals, where they're tied 2-2 in AMSA. It comes down to the last two stocks. Let's just see, right? You've got Yoshi, who's normally a low-tier character, but AMSA, has been the Yoshi for years, and he really makes, playing him. It's on a different level from any other Yoshi player in the world. Look at his movement here. He's using the eggs to keep Mango's Fox away, staying low to the ground. And it literally comes down to the last stock here. And it looks like Mango is about to win. And then there's a nair from AMSA. Oh, no, he's got him in a frame trap. And he gets the edge guard, and that's it. Look at AMSA.
The first time in history AMSA wins a super major, the hardest tournament we've ever seen in 22 years.
As they said, right, the hardest tournament they've seen in 22 years. Look at that crowd. Look at AMSA. Look at AMSA celebrating right there. And that is just unbridled joy on this man's face. This actually reminds me of when Hungrybox won in 2016, which was also just as epic. Look at Mango coming over to give him a hug, congratulate his Mango is really a graceful competitor, I gotta say. For everything he says, he's a graceful competitor. He might have some Johns about it, but Mango's really a graceful competitor. AMSA just taking it in, making history with his character. Awesome stuff. You love to see it, but it really does remind me of Hungrybox's win in 2016, which was also really just heartwarming to see. So pretty incredible stuff, seeing Hungrybox in 2016 and now AMSA in 2022. Two players who worked really hard, took a bunch of L's over the years, but just kept going until they became champion. I really don't think that this is the end for AMSA. While I haven't been able to watch the most Melee as of recent times, because I have mentioned, have been pretty busy recently. I have taken interest in AMSA's career, and he's been at it for a long, long time. Um, and I don't think that this was a fluke. I think we're going to see AMSA continue to win. I think he's really developed a character that nobody else is comes even close, in. There was a famous Yoshi player back in the early 2000s, like '04 or '05. And I think his name was like Fumi or something, but never really amounted to, a top eight, let alone, super major champion like Amza did. And the fact that he not only beat Mango once, but knocked out Mango twice in the same tournament really shows me that this was not a fluke. It was convincing, and that the meta of Melee indeed has changed. And, Armada will tell you it hasn't, but I truly think that Mango is correct, that the meta has now changed, and we're about to see, a new era of the game. And this just, cements it. I still think Zane is probably the best player right now, from what I've seen anyway. And again, like I said, I haven't watched all that much in recent times, but I have seen Zane play, and he's just he's dirty. But Amza is definitely going to be when we're talking about, like, we go back to like the era of the five gods. Um, I think Amza is gonna be up there. I think he's gonna have a very dominant era. I don't think this was a fluke. I think he's gonna continue winning, kind of like what we saw from Hungry Box in 2016. It wasn't a fluke. Hungry Box continued winning, and still does. He's still a very dominant player, to this day. So this is going to be very, very interesting. So Dilbert, I think my comment did age well. I think we can all agree. I saw it months ago that Amsa was going to take a major one of these days, but he ended up winning what was arguably, the biggest tournament in the history of the game. And I love that the game just keeps growing. It's one of my favorite games, ever since I was, a kid. I mean, am I any good at it? Eh, You know, I play like casually. You can actually see I have my GameCube in the background there with a Melee skin on it. So I really enjoy Melee. And hey, before I learned he wasn't that good, I always played Yoshi when I was a kid. But hey, now thanks to you, Amza, Yoshi is indeed a major tournament viable character. I actually wonder, where they're going to put him on tier, where we're going to see Yoshi on tier lists now. Does this change anything? Is he still low tier, near the bottom, or does this bring him up into at least the middle? I mean, hey, there's one guy who can win tournaments with him, so I don't know. Anyway, I just thought this was really cool to see, history being made right before our eyes. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I am back, so I'm going to be making some new videos very soon. And take care, everyone. Enjoy your day.